Kia ora koutou. Jen Tyson here with another guest. This time it's an international guest, actually. So let me introduce you to the lovely Miranda Swift, who's coming in from Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. Miranda's a cadet civil engineer, and she's a civil engineer at Northrop Consulting Engineers in Newcastle. And we've got a reason why apart from she's an awesome person and she's a woman engineer, we've got some other reasons which we will reveal about why we're interviewing Miranda. So welcome, Miranda.
Thank you.
So is there anything else you'd like anybody to know about yourself, or should we just get stuck in?
I don't think so. We'll just get stuck in.
Excellent. So Miranda, we'd love to know for the people watching this, how you're a cadet engineer. How did you get into it?
So I started by doing work experience at a civil engineering firm. I would have been 15 at the time, and I just loved it. I was there for 5 days, and on the 5th day, as I was waiting for my dad to pick me up, the director, he asked if I would be interested in having a casual job. So he offered me a job as a structural draftsperson, and I started drafting and designing residential slabs. That was in the central west of New South Wales. And yeah, I guess I just fell into it there. I ended up progressing and getting into a bit of office management. I started tendering on jobs, doing rural civil design and dilapidation reports. And then I started uni when I was 18 doing civil engineering, and I guess I just never looked back. So this year marks 5 years I've been in the industry, which is really cool. I guess I just was in the right place at the right time. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
That's fantastic. That's so inspiring that you just got to do a little bit of a kind of a trial, and then you found something you loved, and then to have that opportunity offered to you is really, really cool. So one of the reasons we're having this little kōrero today, which is Māori for conversation, we are having it because we've got our Excellence Awards coming up in July this year, which we're very excited about. And the significance of your interview, like I said, apart from being a cool story, is that you were one of many winners at the New South Wales NAWIC New South Wales Awards, and so we would like to know a little bit about that, because we've got lots of people entering our awards. In fact, our awards nominations close today at like 9 o'clock tonight, and we know we're being inundated already. Someone else is handling that inbox, but it's always an exciting time, and it's always a time where people hesitate of putting themselves forward, or go, oh no, when someone wants to put themselves forward. So can you tell us a little bit about maybe why you entered the awards?
Yeah, so I ended up being the winner of the New South Wales University Student Award last year. And I guess I don't really know. I can understand why sometimes you feel like you don't want to put yourself forward, especially because it's the national awards, like the New Zealand awards, like it's quite a big deal, I guess. And I think anything with NAWIC, it's quite prominent now. So sometimes you can feel a bit of imposter syndrome in putting yourself forward. But I kind of saw the awards pop up and had a chat to my boss at Northrop about whether he thought he would endorse me and nominate me, and whether like he felt comfortable doing that, because I thought surely if this prominent person in the industry thought I was worthy, that I would be worthy. And he was like so excited to do that for me, and obviously I ended up winning. So I guess maybe if you're unsure, you should speak to the people around you. Like, you're definitely more often than not more amazing at your job than you think you are. I think that's kind of what we struggle with as women, that we kind of don't realize how amazing we are. But definitely if you're struggling, like talk to your co-workers or your mentors and get them to help you putting together a nomination or putting together an application, because yeah, I think it's just the best opportunity to meet other people at your level and other people who have the same motivation as you.
absolutely. And so what was it like what did winning mean for you? Like, what did that mean to you as an individual? So entering was a process in itself. Obviously, you said, you felt like, for someone else to think you're worthy and to endorse you and help you, then it helped your confidence. But then you won. So what does that mean for you?
Winning for me mostly was that I got a platform to like share what I was passionate about, and I got a platform to speak about problems that I thought were significant and things that I wanted to change within the industry. When I won, I delivered a speech about how passionate I was about helping girls who don't usually have the opportunity to pursue a career in construction. And I was like taken aback by how many people could relate to that. And I guess they wouldn't have known about me or the things that I was passionate about if I didn't have that platform to speak. Since getting the award, it's kind of changed the direction of my career, or not so much the direction of my career, but it's changed my perspective, and it's changed a lot for me with my work. I now have a lot of people following my lead in making change in the industry, which is pretty incredible. And I would say a lot of it I owe to NAWIC for giving me that platform.
That is so cool. And we say this all the time, like from the NAWIC committee and operations team, encouraging women to enter themselves into the awards. We pitch that. We pitch like, it by showcasing your story, you automatically give someone else permission to suddenly realize that they could share their story, or you inspire someone else with your story without even knowing it. And I think that you're right. As women, we don't realize that. We shy away because we think, oh, do we want to talk about ourselves? It's quite difficult. Do we value ourselves? Are we valuable enough? And I love how you were blown away by the response, because that just goes to show that, we shy away from sharing our stories, but, we don't want to brag, or we don't think we have imposter syndrome or whatever, but we're not realizing that when we're, without that platform, other women wouldn't be inspired. And I love the ripple effect that's happening, Miranda, for you at your age, because my mind is already excited and racing with all the opportunities that are going to keep opening up, because you're brave enough to step in and step up to that. And so can you tell us just briefly a little bit about pledging part of your scholarship to someone else?
Yeah, so that was a part of my speech. I guess I didn't really realize that it would be such a big deal, but it ended up being quite surreal, the feedback I got from saying that. I think a part of it was because I was so on edge about whether or not I should apply. I thought, okay, well, if I get it, I don't really need the money. Like, I'm okay. I have a job and I'm actually okay, but it will just support my studies. And then I'm in a position where I can give some of it to someone who actually needs it. So I guess I wrote my speech like we were instructed to write an acceptance speech just in case. And then when they called me back up to the stage, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is actually real. And I just did it, no brainer. Like, I was going to do it anyway. And the response, I guess, kind of only emphasized what I was saying, that there's a lot of money in our industry, but not enough generosity. So me pledging a part of my scholarship to me wasn't that big of a deal, but to the industry that I was standing amongst and speaking amongst, it was, because it's something that I feel like we really lack. And everyone was just so taken aback that I'd pledged part of my scholarship to a young girl who actually needs it. I don't know, it's quite surreal to reflect on it. And I think like pledging that, it's quite literally changed my life. But yeah, it was just me speaking about what I was passionate about and trying to create waves, I guess, in the room of people with a lot of power and a lot of money.
Wow. And you say changed your life, but I'm sure you've changed hers as well, right? So whoever the recipient is, I know there's things that you're not at liberty to chat about, but I think I really appreciate you sharing that, because what that is that's how real change happens, is by leadership, like leading by example. So what I love is that you as a young person have taken the opportunity and the stage platform to understand that without overthinking it. You know, you've just gone in there and done it. And I really believe that that's the way of change in the future, is just by people creating enough waves and doing enough things on platforms and using those things for good ripples into the sector. So good on you. Absolutely love it. Very inspired. So probably my last question is, you know, what would you say to any other women out there, young, or they might even be mid-career in another career, thinking they need a change, about, you know, how do they get into engineering if they're sitting there thinking, do I know if I like it? Is it for me? What would you say to them and encourage them about getting into engineering?
I think from the outside that it's not very clear of like the pathways and like things you can do once you're in engineering. Once you're in engineering, like I am now, you kind of realize that there are the most incredible women and there is some incredible support networks, just like NAWIC or like Engineers Australia or like the company that I work for. Like just there's everywhere you go, there's so many people that are going to support you and advocate for you and help you learn and help you develop in the industry. From the outside, I think the thing you need to do is kind of just like find that connection point where you can get exposed to industry, whether that's through a mentoring program or whether that's through going to a networking event or reaching out through a career advisor at school or emailing a university. Once you like find someone that you click with in the industry or you meet someone, that's going to have a huge impact and kind of help you get into engineering, I guess. And once you're in, it's like pretty amazing that there's like just so many avenues of support and so many incredible people and so many incredible opportunities. So I guess, yeah.
Lots of different things you can do in there, right? That's really cool. So look, thank you for your time. It's just a snippet of your story, but I'm hoping that people tuning in will find some inspiration from the multiple facets that you've shared today. So really appreciate you from coordinating our diaries across the ditch with time differences and whatnot. So really appreciate that. And the other thing that we're looking forward to, Miranda, is having you as a guest at our awards. You're going to be our speaker at the special event for the finalists. So we've got a finalists event. So everyone who's named a finalist in our awards will have a special pre-event, and you'll be at that event speaking to them there as well. So we're really, really looking forward to having you over on our shores and part of our awards, and looking forward to meeting you in person. And yeah, we hope you have a safe trip over here, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Jen.